Hello and welcome, Taurus, to your November messages. Keep in mind these are collective and general, so receive only what aligns with you. Release anything that does not align with you. Remember that you are a powerful creator of your own timeline. So what we're going to do is look into some of the energies maybe you're currently moving through or will be coming into your November, and look at the best way to navigate for you to have the best November. Okay, so for Taurus, highest and best messages for Taurus viewers to have the best November. We have Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Prioritizing your inner peace, practices that help you keep your inner peace. We have August. So there may have been something that you've been moving through since August, but we'll get deeper into that. We have Bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. And we have Archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. As well as the Rose, romance is in the air. Okay. Let's dive a little bit deeper into these messages. So what I'm hearing is on your timeline, Taurus, is that there was a situation that required a lot of inner strength and peace in order for you to be successful that has been going on since August. It could either be the timeline was from August until now, or it will be from August to August, this project or this journey that you are on. Okay, but it is helping you tap into this deep personal strength with the Valley energy and your inner peace. Then you have the Bag, something that is important, okay, but you see, you can't quite see what's in the bag yet, right? So there is kind of an unknown opportunity coming up here. We also have Archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up for you. So new doorways, higher timelines, okay? If you see, if you're walking through a valley or you see an archway, this could be symbolic of that, of an energetic doorway that you are moving through here. But new opportunities and paths are opening up for you. Then we have the Rose, romance is in the air. Okay, let's get into this. Highest and best messages here for Taurus. Just so you know, Taurus, I'm not doing extended videos for the zodiacs. I'll do that for other readings and other messages. What is this Valley energy for Taurus? Highest and best messages, okay, for Taurus to have the best November. We have the King of Cups. So this very much has to do, and I can feel a little ping of energy right here, okay, in my heart space. So this does have to do with matters of the heart, your emotions, maybe certain situations that may be triggering to you. With the water energy, even though you're an earth sign, you might be gravitating towards the water for a calming element, okay, whether it's going to look at the water or walking by the water, or just even having like a fountain or some element of water around you may be helpful at this time, because you are moving through and releasing energies maybe that may have been triggering, okay, and also balancing your energy. Now this King of Cups can be you, Taurus, or it could be somebody who is in love with you, okay, could be a significant relationship here, but you're learning how to ride the waves, right? How to move through the emotions here as well, even if there is, because I can feel that discomfort, a little bit of discomfort. We have the Empress energy. There's Taurus, and we have the shadow side, the Devil energy. So this very much could have to do with a relationship. It could be your relationship to feminine energy, your relationship to a feminine energy in your life, or again, a masculine energy in your life. But there's shadow. There's ego that is coming through here, okay? So there are some ego traps I'm hearing that you're learning how to navigate. You're discovering what to invest your time and energy into and what not to. If you're with a high level partner, a high spiritual level partner, they could be mirroring aspects of your shadow back to you. And they may have been aspects that you were kind of trying to avoid here, okay, with the devil energy. There's a combination of kind of the passion and the love, and that helps motivate you kind of to do the work, but there's still the fear, there's still the ego, you know, that is showing up here. So your partner, if you're partnered up with somebody, if it's not your partner, it could just be an important feminine energy, or it could be a masculine energy, but I'm getting with the Empress energy. You know, it's probably a feminine energy here that is very much embodied in their highest, you know, high frequency, okay? And in your life to mirror certain things back to you for you to heal. Now that can be quite intense, right? If you're in a relationship with this person, it could be since August, this process has been happening, okay? And you're having these maybe shadow aspects mirrored to you so that you can have that awareness and transmute and integrate, you know, maybe those parts of yourself that you were running away from. Now, I want to make this very clear with the King of Cups and the Empress energy. These are high vibrational energies. These are loving energies, okay? So this would be somebody who is lovingly pointing things out to you. This wouldn't be somebody who is toxic. This wouldn't be somebody that you would consider to be karmic. But this is somebody very much embodied in their high frequency energy mirroring to you. Now, if you are resonating that you are that energy, then your partner, that's what you're mirroring to them if you're watching this as a Taurus. Okay? So it's either you're seeing through certain energies and you are being the mirror, or vice versa. So take what resonates for you. But you're becoming more embodied, and with each of these aspects of yourself that you are growing your awareness around, loving, integrating, healing, you're becoming more embodied, and you're discovering these newfound strengths within yourself, which is quite empowering too and rewarding for you. Look, the High Priestess. Talk about high level feminine energy here. These are the two highest feminine energies in the deck, right? Yeah, it's like you can't hide anything from this person, or again, this person, if you're resonating the high frequency feminine energy, they can't hide anything from you. So the container between the two of you is one of alchemy, okay? And don't worry, there'll be times where, you know, they'll mirror certain things to you, and you'll work through that, but there'll be times when you mirror certain things to them, because our partners will mirror our light and will mirror also our shadow. Okay? Wow, and this is taking a lot of kind of bravery and strength that is coming through here, Taurus, for you. It takes courage to be in this feminine energy, so deeply embodied, right? And wise and connected to source. And it takes so much courage to be in this masculine energy, navigating these emotions, you know, learning how to ride the waves, facing the shadow, moving through the fears. So kudos to both of you, okay, in this energy. Wow. All right, let's clarify August. How can Taurus have the best November? Clarify August. Six of Swords. Yeah, learning from the past and moving forward in a calm, smooth way. Letting go of what's no longer working for you, okay? Because you see, look at the waves and the energy there, okay, with the emotions, and then look here. You're like learning how to kind of master, temper your emotions, and even if you're a woman and you have strong masculine energy and you lead with that masculine energy, maybe you're having challenges like holding space for your emotions and things like that, but there's a sense of like, I don't want to say emotional mastery, but you're finding the best and healthiest ways to kind of move forward here with the Six of Swords. Move forward peacefully. Some of you are going to be, receiving different tools for maybe emotional regulation or understanding your emotions. Because I see this boat here almost as like protection. There's a little bit of separation from the emotions. So instead of being consumed by them, which was probably happening with a lot of this resistance, there's this flow that is happening. And then there's also like a little bit, like I feel like this boat here is like source or spirit that's helping you to move forward and not be overwhelmed by situations or by, the emotions that are coming through for you here. Because I do feel like for some of you, Taurus, what was happening and unfolding was very much outside of your control. And that was way outside of your comfort zone, right? The pace of which things were unfolding was outside of your comfort zone. Okay. Clarify the Six of Swords. So again, those practices, I'm seeing these swords here as like the practices that help you find that peace within, okay, and connect in with that peace within. And again, learning how to ride the waves here. There's so much courage coming through for you, Taurus. Maybe you're moving forward into the unknown. A new journey, a new path, a new relationship. You've definitely left shore here, right? For this journey. Whether it's an emotional one, or it could be, a physical one here, to have this breakthrough and the success with the Ace of Swords. There's so much expansion that is happening here for you. And I feel like people in your life, and again, take it if it resonates, if there are people that are coming across as very toxic and kind of holding you back or like not helping you to evolve, or then that may not resonate. Like this shadow side could also be, you releasing toxic people here who may be fed those kind of toxic behaviors, right? Or unhealthy behaviors, or, sabotaging behaviors. But with the Six of Swords and the Ace of Swords, it's like you have your direction, you have your clarity, you have your truth. Some of you might be letting go of some sort of addiction or some sort of substance that was keeping you low frequency. And now you have your clarity, okay? Whether, again, that was an energy or that was, some sort of habit. But this is very much this journey that you're going through, Taurus, even though there are people that are partners in your development, right? And your support and everything. This is very much like a solo journey that's coming through here with August. Like it's very much a personal journey. But there may have been something you were tied to here, because I'm seeing like a boat that's, tied to a dock, and that you taking this sword and, cutting it free so that you can move forward in the direction that you desire to paddle. Okay. But there's relief. Some of you, after moving through, like releasing some sort of habit or going through some sort of healing process, you might feel like you want to go on a spiritual retreat here, somewhere by the water, somewhere that brings you peace, helps you integrate, relax. Let's clarify the bag. Something important such as a new job or career or raise. Highest and best messages for Taurus viewers to have the best November. Ace of Wands. Wow. It's something you're excited about. Okay. This could have to do with buying land. This could have to do with, it's definitely something that you've been working towards, you've been passionate about, but it hasn't come in until you shifted your frequency or there was some sort of transformation, because you see that butterfly there is about transformation. But it feels like something you're claiming, and it feels like something that is like it's meant to be, like it's meant to be yours, because we have the red, the red ribbon of destiny, I'm hearing. So it could be like a beautiful location. It could be the start of a dream, right? Starting to take action on some sort of dream that you have. But in order to see what this is, I feel like you actually need to like change your elevation to change your perspective. Now, some of you, you can meditate, you can kind of like zoom out and witness things from a bird's eye view. But I feel like with this Ace of Wands, like you might actually have to like go to a higher, like on top of a hill or on top of, to a higher elevation, to connect in with this energy. This is that fire energy. This is, I feel like, a very defining moment in your life, Taurus, where you're like, okay, I'm going to start this, I don't feel like it's a ridiculous, like it's not even like you have to go to the top of a mountain, right? It's nothing like that. I do feel like it's out in nature, and it's just like a hill, just like sitting on the top of a hill. And you may even have this experience with, some sort of animal or some sort of insect or messenger that kind of validates this next step that you desire to take in your life, for your passion or for this journey that you're going on here. Clarify the Ace of Wands, highest and best messages. Three of Swords. Some of you, it's ending a third party. Some of you, you're healing. You're doing that healing work while you're out in nature, or from connecting from, your higher self or a higher perspective. Okay. Let's clarify this Three of Swords energy, like for Taurus. Help Taurus have the best November, highest and best messages. The Sun. Some of you, deep inner child healing is going to be happening here. Finding your happiness again after, again, going through a very difficult healing period or transformation. A very transformational time, but a very, I'm feeling like kind of stressful time. But nature is assisting you with restoring that happiness within your heart space. For some of you, it's almost like a rebirth energy where your energy is going through an upgrade so that you can access your higher timeline. Someone's discovering here, maybe they want children. But there's this clarity coming in. Yeah, new perspective. Completely new perspective. So there's a whole perspective shift. So many of you will resonate with, you've been going through this transformative process. And now, you're receiving this new perspective. Clarify the archway here for Taurus. For Taurus to have the best November, the Chariot. I did feel like you're mastering or reaching some sort of level of mastery with like your emotions. Understanding them, loving, integrating them, some shadow work definitely, right? But then you have the Sun, you have the transmutation, you have the alchemy. And then with that Chariot, There's that forward momentum. You know, your head and your heart being on the same page. I'm almost feeling like you getting a boost to that next level with the chariot energy. Just like how you have the boat helping you move forward from spirit, I feel like the chariot represents, you know, a vehicle that assists you with moving forward here. And again, you go from like resisting that shadow to balancing, okay, integrating, doing that healing work, and then you have a greater influence and focus for the direction that you want to go in, and you've kind of integrated this like light and shadow aspect of yourself rather than running from it. And now it's creating this momentum and success moving forward. The chariot is also about determination and overcoming obstacles. And if there are any obstacles here for this archway, you know, they're not very big. You know, it's like, you know, when you're walking through the forest on like a little path, and maybe there's some, you know, some plants that are like reaching over the path, and you just kind of have to gently move them aside as you move forward. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of obstacles. I feel like you've done a lot of the work already, the internal work, the difficult work, so that things move forward smoothly. How else can Taurus have the best November? The Hermit energy. Yeah, taking time to go within. Again, you have like a higher perspective. Some of you might be wanting to spend or like create more time and space just to spend, you know, with yourself in nature, or connecting in with like your light, with your truth. As you're traveling forward and making decisions, continuing to connect in within to your soul, and just kind of check in to make sure that you're in alignment in the way that you are moving. Because the Hermit is Virgo energy, and Virgo is about details, right? So, you know, you're navigating in a very determined way, but there's also like these details that you are kind of checking into and making any sort of pivots, you know, that are important for you to make with the Hermit energy. But I'm hearing you're becoming stronger, wiser, and more peaceful. Let's clarify, romance is in the air here for Taurus. Highest and best messages for Taurus viewers. Have the best November. The Magician and the Ten of Wands. So there's something you have to release, okay, in order to manifest, or to, because here, you know, you see this Magician here is the alchemist, creating with these elements. But if you notice, what is over, you know, the top of the Magician is the red rose. So creating with love, creating from a place of love, not a place of ego. Okay? And now you have all these pieces, you have the resources, okay? For some of you, you might look at this Ten of Wands and it's like, okay, I'm going to take these wands and I'm going to build a foundation. You know, others of you, it's like, okay, I'm going to release these wands because, you know, this is a block, so that I can travel to my kingdom, to my castle, in a much lighter way that works best, right? Because when we are ascending and when we are shifting our timelines, there is density that we're required to release before we can be, you know, embodied on that higher timeline. And for some of you, with the Magician and the Ten of Wands, if you've been manifesting, but you've been doing it in a way where you've been putting a lot of heaviness on it, then you've been slowing down the process, okay? Be a little bit more playful in the way that you manifest, in the way that you call things in to your experience. Because I'm seeing, like, you know, when you're driving to a location, but let's say this is you, and this is the message that I'm receiving, is like, Source is driving the car and you're in the back seat and you're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Okay. And it's like, it's distracting and breaking up the frequency and the flow of the journey of the manifestation coming towards you, right? So taking space and time to not put so much density or heaviness on the manifestation will help it come together, you know, more naturally, more effortlessly for you. Okay. Clarify the rose energy here for Taurus. Especially for those of you manifesting love here, right? Highest and best messages here for Taurus to have the best November. The Star. Okay, we have the Star card, which is about healing, alignment, wish fulfillment. You know, connecting in with your Star family. Again, there's a releasing process that's happening here. But the Star is that wish fulfillment. So for many of you, that romance that's blooming in November, or that relationship, you know, you're calling it in. And again, you're working with the element of water here, which is really interesting. So some of you are wanting to clear away, you know, energy blocks or like stuck densities. You're wanting to have more flow in your life. Feel more aligned. And with the star energy is also about release. Yeah, releasing just what doesn't work, what doesn't serve you. You know, we're carrying on, you know, carrying old energy here with the Ten of Wands that you're releasing, or responsibilities that are not yours that you're releasing. Because you go from very dense, carrying these Ten of Wands, to the lightness of being of the Star that is completely, you know, transparent and as light as you can be, right? And some of you, you've been the light in the darkness for others, you know, and now it's time to be that light for yourself. Okay? Let's go ahead and get a creator message. Highest and best messages here for Taurus viewers. How can Taurus have the best November? Okay, we have cozy up with risk. So that's about like stepping outside of your comfort zone, right? But in a way that is soothing to your nervous system so that you don't experience overwhelm. Okay, and it's about kind of the next step forward. And we have follow through. Change maker, make waves. Yeah, there's someone maybe that you feel drawn to work with or come together with for some form of alchemy or project, or some sort of high frequency energy wave even to create together. But with that follow through card, it kind of lets me know, you know, especially with the green, follow through on, you know, your heart's desires. Okay, with listening to your heart and moving forward in the direction, listening to your soul, listening to your heart, and moving forward in the direction that brings you more calm, that brings you more peace. I mean, you have two different elements here. You have like the fire and the earth energy almost coming through, right? Or fire and water energy. For someone here, you've been on the fence about maybe going to some form of therapy. Okay, and the reason I'm saying that is the spiral energy is about healing, or, you know, accessing some form of healing or learning about different tools. Like you've been on the fence about something for a while when it comes to your healing process, when it comes to you feeling whole, when it comes to you feeling aligned, comfortable, relaxed. Okay. So following through on what's important to you, you know, for your healing journey, is going to be very beneficial and create really healthy and beautiful changes in your life. So again, you know, for example, let's say, you know, you have some sort of addiction, and so you go to addictions counseling, but you've been like on the fence about it, not sure if you're going to go, you know, because there is like that sense of kind of going into the unknown, and that can create some fear, right? Some resistance. But perhaps that's what your soul is calling you to do, and that would be best for you, and you deserve that, to have that support, you know, on that part of your healing journey. Not feel like you have to take it all on yourself, like the 10 of Wands. So that's just an example, right? But there is like the next step forward that is bringing forth, I think, some anxiety, or it's like your soul is like, okay, if you want to move to this next level, first we address this. Because November is all about expansion and preparing for new beginnings. Okay? And for many, it is doing shadow work. That's another message coming through here. Okay. So for those of you that are in a relationship, let's get something from the Rebel deck to help you have the best November. Highest and best messages for Taurus. Okay, we have gross bathrooms and dirty floors suck. It says keep things, you know, keep your home clean. So for some of you, if like you have been overwhelmed, and again, give yourself compassion, you know, if you are overwhelmed. And maybe for some of you, it's like you've been thinking about, you know, maybe hiring some sort of help when it comes to a project, or like cleaning. Maybe that's something that would help you focus. More so have an environment that helps you focus. So maybe like you hire a cleaning professional, that's something else. But your environment is affecting you. So, you know, it can be somewhat therapeutic, you know, to clean your own space, but I am getting that for some of you, like you might be hiring some sort of cleaning professional to assist you, so you don't have to be focused on that. Okay, that's a message out there for someone. And for those of you that are manifesting, you know, in a love relationship or something like that, perhaps you're guided here to prepare your space for that person, right? Because we have to clear out the old energy if we want to invite the new energy in. So there might be some old energy to clear out. Okay. And then we also have sit back and relax. Okay. Some of you, it's important that you do take that time to sit back and relax with your partner. Okay. Because I am feeling like there's this like anxious kind of nervous energy. So sitting back, relaxing, finding like your inner peace here. And again, for those of you in feminine energy, allow things, you know, to flow to you here. And the rest of this card says a specific type of intimacy is in your future. Okay, but I have to temper that a bit for YouTube. But for those of you that are in a relationship where you're the one doing everything, I feel like it's time for you to kind of sit back and relax and things to be a little bit more balanced. But I'm not really getting, for those of you watching this, that you are in like a marriage or like a long-term commitment here. Because we do have, you know, the manifesting romance, unless you have been and you're wanting to bring more romance into, you know, your connection. But yeah, you do need to take a breather here, especially after moving through all this soul work here. All right, let's go ahead and get a mediumship message, an energy skill for Taurus to have the best November. Okay, we have be of service. So I'm not getting like, I mean, I definitely feel that, Taurus, like you are doing a lot for others here with that 10 of Wands. But I feel like this is more so your spiritual gifts and abilities, okay? And how they assist others and how they assist you too, how that's fulfilling for you to share here. Like the connections that you make with others are very important. Your presence is very important. I am going to read this card. Like this deck is specific for those of you developing your mediumship abilities, okay? And I did receive that download that many people are developing mediumship abilities, so just make sure that you connect with somebody who can help teach you the basics of energy work and mediumship, okay? So that you have that foundation, that grounded foundation that you can build off of in your own way. But let's go ahead and look and see what this says. It says, when you are called to awaken the medium within, it's also a calling to devote your life to a work of service. It's truly an honor and a blessing if you hold an open and pure heart. The blessings from Spirit in return will be bountiful and endless. So some of you, I'm not getting necessary. This is just talking to mediumship in the traditional sense of spirits on the other side. But I'm also getting like nature spirits and just energies around you. But again, the intention of having like a pure heart and pure intentions, just like you have manifesting with love, is important here. The path of the medium should only be seen as a blessing and never a burden. The journey of development is not always easy or rewarding, but in serving Source from your heart, you'll be blessed with grace and support along your path, as Source will always be there for you. If this card is calling to you, then it's time to start practicing what it means to be of service. Take time today to offer a random act of kindness, to volunteer for a cause that speaks to your heart, or simply give a hug to someone you feel needs one. In serving those here in the living world, you're serving those in the spirit world. Remember that the main goal for spirit is to bring healing, love, and light to the living. The spirit world will always love and support your compassion and kind work in the most unusual ways. Look for the beautiful blessings and signs from spirit with gratitude, as it's spirit's way to let you know you're moving in the right direction. Many of you, this is, your intuitive gifts and abilities, and you're really shining in those. Okay, but I know like shifting the timeline here was probably a little bit challenging for you. Okay, so be checking in with your energy to make sure that you have the energy, okay? Not just the energy to like assist someone else, but to also enjoy the rest of your day after you do, right? So that you don't go to bed like completely drained and exhausted, but that you've been taking care of yourself, and that like you have your energy too, okay? But many of you, I'm getting like you work with nature energy, nature spirit, animals are coming through here, or specific energies, that you work with, or that want to connect with you. And I'm getting more than like acts of service in the way of physical, like, labor intensive acts of service. I'm more so getting this is just your presence, the power of your presence. Again, like that divine energy. Look at the divine energy and the alchemy, okay, in the container between you and someone else. It's that higher calling. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Taurus. Again, receive only what aligns, release anything that doesn't align with you. Okay, take the best care of yourself here. And yeah, for some of you, it's like if you're feeling kind of stuck in your energy or dense, maybe hike to the top of a hill, right? Or I do feel like it's out in nature. I don't feel like it's, in a space that is like urban. I feel like it's more something that is like out in nature. Either it's like being by the water or just being at a higher level so that you can get a different perspective. Because I feel like this could have been quite confusing. what you've been moving through, but you've actually been leveling up. You've been leveling up, and your soul's kind of been asking you to release certain habits or certain energies so that you can level up in a smoother way, right? Because if you were trying to level up and take dense energies with you, oh, that would make it way more difficult, okay? Like, let's say there are people that you've outgrown, okay, or situations you've outgrown in your life, and you're trying to take those to your higher timeline. It's going to be very uncomfortable for you because vibrational match energy, right? It would be hard for you to stay on that timeline that you're wanting to grow and build if you're holding all these dense energies and vibrations that are lower than the timeline, right? Almost like it would weigh you down, and you keep trying to like reach that timeline, but you keep, going back and forth. And there's a little bit of like an adjustment process when you shift timelines anyway, right? But it'll become easier once you release basically what doesn't serve you, whatever that may be, right? Okay, so thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you for your presence. Take the best care of yourself, Taurus, and I will see you soon.